Hello guys, welcome to my channel. It is good to be with you again. Hooray! We have reached 1,100 subscribers and I'm grateful to all of you that have taken your time to subscribe. May God bless you. Please keep watching, keep sharing. Today I'll be talking on what should a guy and a girl agree on before saying I do, before getting married. So you don't want to miss it. Stay till the end. Number one thing to consider before getting married is, why do you want to get married? Why? Why do you want to get married to that person? Is it because you will have the same vision, or because you feel he has money, or you feel he can push you to the top, or the both of you can push each other to the top? Why are you getting married to that person? Okay, I had a girl around me. Okay, she came to me and said, Ma, I want to get married though. I said, really? Marriage is a good thing. So why do you want to get married? What have you seen in this guy that you want to take him, or you are choosing him for your husband? And she didn't give me any tangible answer. The answer she gave me was that he's fresh. And I was like, so because he's fresh, is that the reason why you are getting married to him? Unfortunately, that marriage did not stay up to 5 years. And one day the man went to church and came back and saw that the lady has packed her load out of the house. And I heard that she always cry and say that this is not the kind of man she wants to get married to. So I believe when we know the reason why we are getting married to that partner, when we settle down to know that reason, it will save us any head collision in the marriage. It will save us divorce. So this question should come to your mind when picking a partner. When picking a partner that you intend to settle down with for the rest of your life. Why am I even getting married to this person? Why? Write down the why. It's important you write down the why. Be sure that this is the reason. There must be a reason. Some people will say love is because I love him. And love does not guarantee that the marriage will not fail. The feelings you have are not just enough to make a successful marriage. There are other things that needs to be put in place for marriage to work. So that's why should be the number one thing before saying I do. Number two is career. You have to discuss your career paths with each other. You know, there are some men that will not tell you that when you get to their house, you will not work. Only for you to appear you are married and they tell you, madam, I want you to be a full housewife. Like I heard of a story of a lady that is in the UK. She has gotten her permanent residence, everything, working. She has settled her life in the UK. Only for this man to come from Nigeria and say, I want to get married to you. And they didn't discuss about her career and anything. So she left her job and left everything in the UK and came to Nigeria, just for her to discover that what the man is getting cannot take care of the both of them, and she does not have the kind of money she used to have. So it became a challenge. Do you know that this lady, or this woman, she later became mad because the issue was too much for her? So it's important both of you agree on this thing before getting married. Am I coming to your house to be a full-time housewife? Or I'm coming to your house for you to open a business for me? Or as I'm coming to your house, I will continue what I was doing when you met me single? These are things you need to discuss on before saying I do. The both of you should discuss your career and how to assist each other to the top, not to bring down each other. So it is very important to discuss this thing to avoid problems in marriage. Number three is religion and value. Whoever you are getting married to, you should know the person's religious belief before saying I do. So that when you get married, we don't have the case of like saying my husband is refusing me to go to church. Like I have someone that is close to me. She said the only time the husband goes to church is when they want to dedicate their baby. After that dedication, you will not see the husband again in church until another dedication. Meanwhile, they met in church. So she's becoming frustrated about the whole church issue. The husband not going to church. He can go and drop them in church and turn back and go to his business place. Then I have another friend that she discussed with her husband. Okay, you are a Catholic member and I am a Pentecostal member. Our doctrines are kind of different. I am sorry, I will not be able to go to Catholic church. Please, will you agree to change to my church? And he said yes. So after the marriage, the husband was trying to persuade her to go to Catholic church, and she made it point blank and told the husband that, so I told you that me, I don't understand your doctrine. I can't follow you. I told you before the marriage, and you gave me your word. So don't try to force me to do what we have agreed on. And the husband left her alone, and the husband started following her to her own church based on understanding. So this understanding should be there. Your religious belief, it should be there. You people should understand yourself and agree on it before getting married so that there will be no fracas in the marriage. Another point is where to live. You need to discuss with your husband to be or wife to be. The both of you need to discuss where you people want to live after marriage. Are you quitting your job and relocating to stay with him, or you hold on, wait for transfer? There are some organizations that can do transfer, or you quit your job for a business to stay with your husband. You have to discuss about this so that at the end of the wedding it will not bring problem. Another point you need to agree on before getting married is the number of children you want to have. Is it 1, 2, 3? I heard of a woman that told her husband that I don't want children, and they went to court and agreed. They signed an affidavit that they don't want children, so that at the middle of the marriage nobody will come and say I want children. That's crazy, right? Who does not want children? And there are some people, after agreeing that okay, like they want 2 or 3 children in the marriage, now they will change their mind. So you just have to agree and stay on it so that it won't cause problem. How many kids are you willing to have with your partner? So you need to discuss it before you people get married. Then the next point is your deal breakers. What are your deal breakers? You need to understand your boundaries and your limits, even with your partner. You need to understand his or her personality, their goals in life, their vision in life, and you share in it and help each other to push it forward to the top. So you need to understand the deal breaker of your wife to be and your husband to be, so that in the marriage there won't be anything like crossing boundaries or crossing limits. The next point you need to discuss on or agree on before getting married is sex conversation. It is very important. You just open up and tell your partner so that at the end of the day it will not bring problems. Like I know of a couple that they didn't really talk about their sexual life before getting married, and after the marriage the man discovered that he couldn't satisfy his wife. So at the end of the day, everything just led to divorce and they're no longer together because they didn't discuss it. So it is very important. I don't know why people shy away from that before marriage. So it is very important. Keep the pretense aside and just work on it so that at the end of the day, what you are trying to shy away from will not break you. It is very important. The next point is dealing with extended families in terms of financial assistance and also attention. You need to make your spouse understand that I have family and I need to cater for them. I need to assist them financially and also maybe in terms of resources. And once in a while they will need my attention. Don't be angry. Because I heard of a story whereby the man can just be at home and the mother will call, come. And he will just leave everything. Maybe he's assisting the wife. He will just leave it and go. And at the end of the day, the wife is feeling bitter. And I've also heard of story where the mother-in-law will come and warn the wife and say, since my wife married you, you have taken him away from us. He no longer gives us attention. So I think when such things are discussed before marriage, there will be a place of understanding between the couple, and they will know their boundaries, their limits, and the extent they can go. So it won't bring problem in their marriage. The next point is conflict resolution. Are we bringing third party anytime there's issue? Because the truth is that definitely there will be issues. Are we bringing third party when there's issue, or we don't want third party in our marriage? We settle it amicably, or are we involving the pastor and all of that? So all that should also be discussed. How can we settle our conflict? The next point is outstanding debt. Are you owing or you have cleared your debt? Because there's a couple I know, and the man is owing up to $40,000, and he didn't tell his dear wife to be before they got married. Only for her to enter the marriage and she discovered that he's owing. She inherited debt, and they have to work and pay that money. So you need to open up. Do you have an outstanding debt as a lady or a guy that you need to talk about, so that both of you will clear it up? So there won't be like, it won't be like you deceive the person into marrying you and this is what is happening. So that also needs to be talked about. The next point is communication. Your style of communication with your husband. There are some men that don't want you to touch their phone. There are some men that it's not every time you can just barge into them or can just go to them and start talking. So the communication style, you people's communication style should be discussed before marriage so that it won't bring problem. Then the next point is money. Money is very, 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 very important. Know your husband's source of income. If you are comfortable with it, then you enter. If you're not comfortable with it, you can say, okay, let's work something out. Maybe before the marriage or after the marriage, just look out for extra source of income. Then you go agree on how to spend the income. Some people don't want you to check their bank account or want you to know whatever is in their account. And some people will gladly release their bank account to their wife or to their husband to take control of it. So what is your take on finance? Ask your husband to be or your wife to be. How can we handle finance to make sure that it does not cause problem? Because the truth is 70% of divorce is caused by money. It is the highest cause of divorce. Money is the highest cause of divorce. So when you talk about all of this before the marriage, I believe it will help. It will guide you people in how to spend, to make and spend the money. Finally, you need to discuss about vision regarding retirement. There are some people that do business, so they don't get to retire from it, they just do it all their lives. And there are other people that work for the government or work for an organization. So there should be plan, there should be vision regarding retirement. So that at the end of the day, you don't go stranded when you are old. So these are the things you need to discuss before saying I do. I hope you have learned something today. Please drop your comments and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Stay blessed and know that you are loved.